Hi, ladies. Welcome to Tuesday's Top 10 Tips with Flip This Chick, where we find ways to flip the script to get fit, make fitness more fun, and create healthy habits so the next phase of life can be your best phase of life. So I'm coming to you here live in a different studio because I am committed to your success. And no matter where I'm at or where you're at, I'm going to come to you with some health tips every single week because I want you to know that regardless of what life throws at us or what we have going on, it's important to prioritize our health. And I'm not only committed to getting that in myself, but because I've experienced the things that we go through in menopause, and I put on that weight myself and was frustrated and overweight and really couldn't get a grasp on how to handle that. I was stressed, overwhelmed, couldn't sleep, all those things that many of you might be experiencing. No matter where I am, you can count on me to help you find a way to conquer that also. So please, wherever you're tuning in from, take a moment to say hello so that we can see where women are flipping the script from all over the country, because we have lots of women doing this now. And I am proud and excited to be part of helping women really get a better handle on their health and fitness. It feels good to feel good. And so I'm excited to be part of that. So today's top 10 tips are going to be quick because I'm here in Florida and I have a birthday celebration. I got to hit the pool today. And I'm telling you, life gets good when you make choices to be healthy, choose what you want your life to be, and design it that way. So I'm getting to do that because I do work from wherever I'm at. And if you want to know more about how to make that happen, drop work in the comments and I'll throw some ideas at you and give you an idea how I make it happen. But today's top 10 tips are all about nutrition and what to look for in food labels. You saw that challenge we have going on this week is to look at food labels and really pay attention. So I wanted to point out the things you really should notice to avoid. Okay. First of all, high fructose corn syrup, ditch it, because it is linked not only to obesity, but also type 2 diabetes. And that is the health risk we can actually control. So please check food labels. And for starters, I want to say, let's just avoid as many labels as we can to get started. First of all, when you shop in the grocery store, they have set it up that all the healthy, natural foods are on the outside of the store. So if you simply mostly stay around the edges of your grocery store, you'll probably eat healthier than if you go down every aisle. So yes, make a list, but go crazy in the vegetables and produce aisles and things like that. But take a list for those aisles so that you're like, okay, exactly what do I need? I need to grab some coffee, or I need to grab some olive oil, or whatever it is you need to get down those aisles. Grab it and get out of there, because that's where the food labels are that are packed with things that aren't good for our health. So tip number 2 and ingredient number 2 to avoid are trans fats. We'll find those in processed baked goods. Shortening is one that used to be common in cooking. We don't use that so much anymore, but those trans fats even are found in microwave popcorn. So avoid things like that because they contribute to heart disease. And heart disease is one of the top killers of women, period. So you guys, we need to watch out for that. So trans fats, first of all, high fructose corn syrup, trans fats, avoid. Tip number 3, ingredient to avoid, artificial sweeteners. Okay, sucralose, not good. We learned saccharin wasn't good decades ago. So now we're figuring out the same thing about sucralose. So please look at the labels, and especially if they say sugar-free, you probably don't need to be eating it. Eat things that just have less sugar in them or are a natural sweetener like stevia or stevia. And simply, if you're eating the whole food, fruits or something like that, then they're not going to have artificial sweeteners in them. the reality is an artificial sweetener actually disrupts the body's metabolic process. So we know what metabolism does, burns calories, keeps our weight off. So avoid those artificial sweeteners like in diet drinks and sugar-free foods so that you actually keep your metabolism naturally working and can burn off more fat and get rid of that menopause middle or meno belly, some people call it, but that weight that we put on as we approach perimenopause and menopause. Artificial sweeteners are a big culprit for that. So tip number 4, ingredient number 4 is MSG. Now, monosodium glutamate is one of those ingredients people don't really pay attention to, but I want you to actually look because you can find it most often. It's in spices, and you can find one brand of, say, taco seasoning that has MSG. It'll spell it out, monosodium glutamate. And then you can look right next to it and find one that doesn't. So please, if you're looking for things, just take a moment to find a better choice. And then once you know what that brand is, that is a healthier version, you can just choose it every time and it doesn't take so long. So MSG, please avoid that. And most often they have that in restaurants, like Chinese restaurants, things like that will have it. So ask or suggest, hey, please leave out the MSG. It causes headaches, migraines, nausea, and you may not even realize that that's what it's coming from. So then tip number 5, sodium nitrate. Okay, this is something that's most often found in processed meat, like pepperoni, sausage, salami, things like that. And it can form cancer-causing compounds, and we want to avoid it. Carcinogens are not good, and sodium nitrate is one of them. So ditch that. Tip number 6, and a big one, partially hydrogenated vegetable oils. So, the big jug of vegetable oil that our parents used to use, please ditch that and just go grab a good olive oil, a good avocado oil, things like that, coconut oil, because those partially hydrogenated vegetable oils aren't a natural food. And so your body doesn't really know how to process it, and it'll just store it as fat. So look for that and avoid it. Also, I want to say tip number 7, avoid enriched foods when they're on the label, because enriched means they actually took out the good stuff and put something else in place of it. So enriched flour, you want whole wheat flour. Okay, enriched is something that sounds good. It's not actually good for our health. So keep an eye on that. It's really important. Then, okay, carrageenan. All right, here's the thing. You guys, if you can't read something on your food label, don't eat it. Like, seriously. Okay, carrageenan actually can cause inflammation. Inflammation in and of itself in your body causes disease, causes pain. So avoid that. It's a common culprit for inflammation, and we want to avoid that. That's where we notice everything hurts. Your joints might hurt. You might have a headache. Your stomach hurts. All is inflammation in and around your body. So let's avoid that. Sodium benzoate. Okay, that can cause an allergic reaction. So of course we don't want our body having allergies, because that's not good. And then our body isn't functioning like it should. So keep an eye out for that. Sodium benzoate. It's a common allergy culprit. Also, while I'm talking about allergies, the most common food allergies are dairy, soy, and corn. Very often people don't realize if they're having frustration with allergies, they often go, oh, I'm going to go, no more wheat, and that's not always it. Yes, it's a big culprit too, but please notice corn could be it also. So read labels, try to notice If you're having a stomach issue or you're having a lot of headaches or your skin is irritated, use kind of that elimination process where you hone in your food on to just simple ingredients for a couple of weeks, and then start taking out one at a time so you know what you took out and how your body responded, or then put in one thing at a time so that you can see how your body reacts. It's very important. Allergies are just our body's way of saying, wait, stop, help, don't do that. It's not good for you. Okay. So then tip number 10, and honestly, the quickest and most important thing to do, especially for your kids and grandkids, avoid food dyes. You guys, artificial coloring, those fancy Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms and even macaroni and cheese, they all have red food dye, blue food dye, yellow number 1, like all these crazy things. Please, that is linked to hyperactivity in kids. That's why ADHD is a very common thing now. It's also linked to cancer-causing issues. The blue food dye has been linked to that. So please look for natural ways to color food, and they have them now. You can find lots of different things. I'll tell you, I was really made aware of this when I was traveling for the World Major Marathons. I hit Berlin, Germany, and I picked up some Big Red gum because I love cinnamon gum, and it was white. And I said, what's that about? And this was like 10 years ago. What's that about? And discovered they don't need to add the red in there, and it's not allowed in any other country except the United States. Food dyes are banned everywhere else. So avoid them. They aren't good for us. They're not safe, and we shouldn't consume them. They don't actually need them. You can find even macaroni and cheese. There's Annie's brand that uses, natural food to color the food. And even ketchup, please choose organic, because that red food dye is linked to hyperactivity in kids. So isn't that their most common condiment is ketchup? So go find an organic one so you're not adding to that. But these are those really top 10 ingredients to avoid, because we want to get your body working at its best. And how to do that is to give things that don't cause inflammation, allow your metabolic process to operate like it should, and stay healthy, because then you can get out and about and feel better. Activity is key. And I don't want to end this top 10 tips today without telling you how excited I am about the summit that's coming up. I have gathered an amazing lineup of experts in women's health who are going to talk about the things that we can do to get fitter, healthier, stronger, sexier, more confident, even before summer. Okay, this summit, Flip the Script on Menopause, is coming up May 4th and 5th. So mark your calendar, plan to attend, because it's going to be a great lineup. We are going to have at least 5 speakers a day, and it's going to start at 9 a.m. sharp on Thursday, May 4th and Friday, May 5th. And it is going to be jam-packed with really amazing information that we can actually take with us to take action and feel better quickly and long-term. So I am committed to your success. I am grateful that you hopped in here to check out what's going on with Flip This Chick, because every Tuesday I will be here to help you figure out how to flip the script, get fit, feel better, and you know what? Have some fun with fitness. Find a way to ask a friend today or this week to hit a yoga class, go for a walk and talk. We will be hitting Anderson Park in Sarasota tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. So join us there if you'd like. Everybody is welcome. And we group up so that we'll walk at your pace. Everybody walks a different pace, and it takes us from 9 to 10, and it's a great time. Fitness is always more fun with a friend. So I hope you'll join us. And please drop fit in the comments if you want to know more about how to flip the script and get fit. we will connect. I have got some great workout guides, meal planning guides, and of course, the Flip This Chick 8-week program that is committed to your success. So thanks for tuning in. I will catch you on the flip side.